Hello, everyone. For the speed and agility program, I chose the high school soccer team. I'm going to base it off of a male varsity team in the obviously preseason time period, and the team consists of all juniors and seniors who have played the previous 2 or 3 years. So the main training period, I'm going to incorporate training with and without a soccer ball, progressing from low intensity to get kind of acclimated to the program into high intensity. It won't be as day one training because they've previous experience in the training programs before, having been on the varsity team now. The program will include plyometric, speed, agility, and quickness training, or SAQ for short, and then small-sided games at the end of each training session, strength training session. The overall program is going to run about 6 weeks. It's going to have 2 strength sessions and then 3 sport practices a week. Obviously, the sport practices will be conducted by the coach, and the strength sessions and sport practices are going to be conducted on the soccer field, so not in a gym setting. The 2 strength sessions are going to be broken up one day of plyometric trainings, which is going to be all body weight and cone drills, and the other day will be all the speed, agility, and quickness training. Each session for the small-sided games is going to be either 1v1, 3v3, or 5v5, and they go about 10 to 15 minutes, kind of depending how the players react to the training day itself. If they're more energized, they'll have some left in the tank. It'll be 15 minutes. If they're a little bit sluggish, it'll only be for about 10 minutes. Some common coaching cues to give while they're going through these drills are focus on the hips, trunk, and shoulders. A lot of times people say when you're doing an exercise, you should focus on the muscle itself to really get feedback from it. So we're really going to focus on the hips, trunk, and shoulders. When they're entering the change in directions and exiting change directions, keep a low center of mass, so don't stand up nice and tall. You got to kind of sink into it. And then to use the arms to generate momentum. This, I feel, is one of the most common things to forget about. A lot of the athletes think that they're generating the power all from their legs, nothing with the arms. So to get them to use the arms is very important. Some common mistakes as often seen is during the deceleration, if they keep their legs stiff. That's a very common thing. That's not good. It puts a lot of stress on the knees. If they're starting with a sprint, their hips are often too high too, so you're going to want to correct that first. And then improper distribution of forces. That can be from when they're landing, they're shifting the weight too forward, too much to the side. That's basically a number of things that is commonly saw, but fairly easy to correct when watching it. So for the speed and agility program that I would change differently, I chose a college football team. I picked a competitive season D2 around week 3. I picked. This one will be much more specialized towards the position itself. For example, a lineman won't be doing the same drills as a running back because they have 2 different roles, so it would not make much sense to have them do the same workout. So the lineman could focus on lateral quickness, shifting side to side, trying to stay in front of the man or get by the man for the defensive side. Wide receiver might be focused on more explosive power to get off the snap quicker, quick change of direction from going from top speed to cutting to the left to make the route. Defensive back can focus on the backpedaling speed and then either exploding forward to make a play on the ball or changing directions quickly because the receiver made a cut or receiver ran by them, so now they got to turn the hips and continue top speed after that. So I'll go over quickly. I will post I made up a chart of all 6 weeks, day 1 and day 2s. They'll be done. Monday will be the plyometrics day. Thursday will be all the speed drills, and then the practices obviously will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday that the coach will be doing. So just brief, I did some ankle jumps, jumping from the ankles horizontally and vertically. A 180-degree squat jump. What that is, just squatting in, jumping up while turning. Those will equal about 60 ground contacts for that session. Day 2, for the speed and agility drills, couple drills. That's more going to be 34 repetitions, starting off light with like fast feet, A skips. Those will have more repetitions than like the Z drill, which they'll go through that 4 times, like 4 sets of 1. So they'll run through it, go at the end of the line, a little rest, run through it again, do that 4 times. Week 2 kind of progresses into more powerful jumps, and with all these jumps, we're looking to generate power. So they're going to be sinking in a little bit deeper, a little bit longer. Won't be as quick repetitions. It'll be more like for the broad jump, land, sink into it, then jump again. But for the agility drills, it's going to be all obviously quick movements, running through as fast as they can to really increase that. They will eventually progress into starting with 4, going into 5, getting progressively harder. We'll jump into week 5 because that's when it kind of really picks up. So I kind of staple it like 2 weeks in kind of the same training intensity and then bumping it up. Obviously, if they are not responding well to it and they're not seeing much improvements and they're not ready to jump to the next stage, I will obviously scale it back, so I won't progress them without actually seeing them go into the progressions. So on week 5, day 1, it's going to be a single leg squat jump, deep sitting into the squat, jumping up, landing, and then a single leg horizontal ankle jump that's similar to the ankle jump, just one leg landing on the other, right back to the other leg. And then the zigzag, kind of incorporating the 2, just be jumping zigzags. For the speed and agilities, we'll be doing the S drill, a shadow drill, which is basically just mirroring a player. So one player will be running side to side, back, not forward because I'll be running into him, but side to side. And you'll just try to mirror them in front of them. This one will be done without a ball because we're mainly focusing on agility. They'll probably end up doing that from the sport coach, one-on-one drills and stuff like that. Also during the small side games. And then a red light, green light. Be standing there. I'll say red light, they'll stop. Green light, run. Red light, stop. Really going to work on accelerating, trying to get to top speed as fast. Yep, and then the last one is going to be the snake drill, deceleration drill. That's when we'll really be looking for that stiff leg breaking, because at this point, it's week 6, we're ready for the regular season. They should not be at this point having stiff leg breaking. If they are, there's definitely something we really need to focus on to correct. We'll also do that shadow drill again, and this one will be doing drop jumps, horizontal jump squats, sinking into the squat, jumping sideways, and then the 180 squat jump. And the progressions for the ground contact time, the first session was 60, going to end around 85. That is all. I'll also be posting my references with this as well. Thanks for listening.